Welcome to Illingdon Sports Centre for the round. I don't even know what round it is. Clash between Sydney FC and the Central Coast Mariners. Two young sides do battle here. Looking to record victories. Two teams that are at the wrong end of the table as well. They'll need to start their ascent up the ladder to avoid the dreaded relegation battle in 2025. I don't know what else to say. It's a really hot day today and it's cooled down now. It might be a little bit cooler a little bit later. Welcome to Illingdon Sports Centre for round, I forgot what round it is again. It is round 10 of the NPL New South Wales men's competition. Lineup for Sydney FC: Tyler Williams, Reef Farias, Tawai Headley, Jared Middleton, Samuel Lancaster, Alan Harbus, Joe Lacey, Gus Hoofsloot, Marion France, Dylan Rose and Corey Conan.
Sounds good.
Excelente.
47, Corey Cronin. Number 8, Rick Bryce. Number 33, Aaron France. Number 25, and Captain Alan Harvest. Number 10, Kay Henry. Number 30, Gus Uslet. Number 29, Joe Lacey. Number 15, Samuel Lancaster. Number 14, Garrett Middleton. Number 39, Dylan Rose. Number 6, Tyler Williams. Substitutions for Sydney FC, number 4, Joseph Gluzic. Number 23, Junior Condi. Number 22, Zach Fowler. Number 9, Matthias McAllister. Number 3, Kyle Shaw. And number 12, Alexander Zavadinos. Sydney FC, coached by Jimmy Van Weeren. Match officials for this evening. In the centre is Rowan Fisher. His ARs are Matthew Harris and Jackson Mackey. And your fourth official is Damien Dolowski. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to turns onto the field. Central Coast Mariners and yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Illingdon Sports Centre for round 10 of the NPL Men's New South Wales competition. It's Sydney FC taking on the Central Coast Mariners on this beautiful Friday night of football to get the round started for you all this evening. Two teams that are at the wrong end of the table at the moment, and points are so important for both of them. And I want to find a victory here to push them out of that dreaded relegation battle, somewhere where neither side wants to be when push comes to shove at the latter parts of the competition. But right now, both struggling for a bit of consistency, not just in their results, but also in the squads they have available to them. And you'll notice once we do go through the team list that again, both teams have seen changes come from last week's starting lineups, a couple in both sides in fact, but also a couple welcome returns, it has to be said. And we'll start off with the home team. In goals, number 30, Gus Hoofsloot. Number 6, Tyler Williams. Number 8, Reef Farias. Number 14, Jared Middleton. Number 15, Samuel Lancaster. Number 25, Alan Harbus. Number 29, Joe Lacey. Number 33, Martin France. Number 39, Dylan Rose. Number 47, Corey Cronin. And number 10, Ty Headley. For the visiting Central Coast Mariners, in goals, number 1, Adam Pavlicic. Number 2, Luca Pecora. Number 3, Michael Paragali. Number 5, Ben Mewett. Number 7, Ayuk Mo. Number 10, Arthur DeLima. Number 11, Jai Rose. Number 22, Shumba Matsukoyi. Number 23, Lawrence Taylor. Number 24, Kai Schumacher. And probably the biggest inclusion of them all, number 37, Bailey Brantman. Lucas Villela will be very happy to have him available in the squad. The quality he possesses and the danger he has in front of goal. It definitely offers something. Interesting to add as well, Samuel Lancaster starting for Sydney FC in the middle of the park. Signed for Sydney FC a year or two ago from Hobart. I believe he's starting his first game in the Sky Blue midfield this evening. Lots of positive words about him from Jimmy Van Wieren. Ball out wide for FC there, looking to get in possession early on. As I said, these two teams both at the wrong end of the table. Sydney in a slightly better position, currently in 12th place on 8 points, but only 3 points ahead of bottom place in that dreaded second place playoff, which currently the Central Coast Mariners occupy. The Mariners, who were well beaten last week against St. George, was at that game at Barton Park, and St. George looked in control from start to finish. There was a slight period at the start of the second half, and this could be a red card here very, very early on. The referee is just taking his time to make a decision. Just a yellow. I'll tell you what, absolutely escaped with one there. Getting caught in possession. That's Lawrence Taylor. Was caught in possession and really got away with that. He's very lucky it wasn't a different colour. Referee felt that perhaps he had a little bit further to go than calling it a dogzo or denying a goal scoring opportunity. Free kick taken now straight into the wall. Harbus with the effort. I think Harbus was the one that intercepted the ball. Sorry, it was Shumba Matsukoyi who's got the yellow card, and it was Matsukoyi that was robbed by Harbus. A danger moment early on for the visitors, and now they've got a chance though to break. They're still going here. Ball through for Ayuk Mo, who comes up against his former side. Here's a chance now for the home team, and they bear down in on goal. End to end, this will be very exciting football this evening. Headley wins the corner, he'll take it as well. Two very young teams out there today, two teams that will be flying for 90 minutes. I expect this to be end-to-end all game. And from what we've seen in the opening 3 minutes, I think we can expect some goals here this evening as Headley prepares to deliver this corner into the area. Ball comes in toward the near post, headed away by Mo. Newitt helped clear that away. Sydney will come back again. Strong challenge there on Tyler Williams. Strong from DeLima. Arthur DeLima was always looking like one that If anyone was to make something happen last weekend, it was going to be him. Frankman comes in close to pick up the throw off Newitt. Given the ball straight away, Williams returns the favour. Now Harbus. Low cut back to the edge of the area. Shot taken by Lacey and cleared away. Here's Williams now. France loses out there to Mo, and Mo is in a lot of pain, I can tell you that right now. And France won't care because he's kept going. Gets beyond one, cuts it back for Lacey. Sorry, Headley, that is. Headley! Good save from Pavlicic. And Mo is still down. He was in a lot of pain as soon as the challenge came in. He'll be so disappointed, Ayuk Mo, to have to come off against his former team. Definitely got a point to prove. If the injury is too heavy, physio just asking questions at the moment, hasn't really done anything as yet. Good save from Pavlicic though. Had to stand tall and get a hand down low to save in the end. But a good opportunity for the home side. Headley forcing the first save of the game from the Mariners keeper, who was keen keeping that score respectable last week. Could have gone much worse had it not been for Pavlicic. Pavlicic will get the game restarted now. Mo is slowly getting back to his feet. May just be able to keep going, but I'm not sure how much more he's got in his legs after that. Very, very ginger at the moment. Mariners down to 10 for the time being. Still a bit of a hobble from Mo as he looks to get back on the park. And I tell you what, Mutakoyi again. A little lackadaisical from Shumba Mutakoyi. Already the second time inside 7 minutes, and Lucas Villela may just be asking questions whether or not he needs to substitute his central defender. Already on a yellow card, of course, for that challenge early on. That really could have been red. And he's sitting again on the attack. France with the delivery, looking for Harbus. Mutakoyi in possession, robbed again almost. Just manages to get away. Not the brightest starter to the game from Mutakoyi at all. Harbus again. That's a better challenge there from Mutakoyi. Getting a toe in front of Lacey. In the second corner of the evening for Sydney. They keep the pressure on. Corey Cronin will take this corner. In swinger with the left. They've really huddled around Pavlicic. Ball comes in toward the far post, headed away. Cleared away now by Taylor. Ball comes back again. Mutakoyi brings it down. That's better. It'll do his confidence the world of good. Challenge there on Jai Rose. Ball's already out of play though. Tell you what, Jai Rose in the warm-up almost got a little trouble from me. Tried to nutmeg me. Pulled the ball away at the vital moment. Two-footed challenge was incoming. Unsure whether or not he would have been able to start this game, but luckily for him, pulled the ball away just in time. now looking to expose space in the midfield. Here's Williams. Keeping possession, the home team now. Farias lifts the ball over the top. That'll fall all the way through to the Central Coast goalkeeper. Pavlicic, his footwork last week was amazing, and he's already started this week. Great pass there for Brentman. I have to say, Pavlicic perhaps has the best footwork in the league, as De Lima, well, I thought he was onside there. The flag came up late. It was very close. Hoofsloot plays it wide. Sydney once more looking to build. Jimmy Van Wieren been in the dugout for the Sydney FC Academy team for a number of years now. Always been quite competitive. This year been a bit of a slower start than what they're used to. They'll see some acquisitions added in the coming weeks once the A-League team's Champions League duties come to an end. Throwing now to Sydney. Offside flags raised on Harbus. Pavlicic will take the offside. Very warm day in Sydney today. Has cooled down somewhat now. A lovely, awesome day nonetheless. Ball headed back to Pavlicic, and for a moment there, I think hearts were in mouths if you're a Central Coast Mariners fan. Paragali headed it beyond Pavlicic, but the keeper stuck his long arms out and managed to drag the ball back, and Mo's onside here. Good defending from Middleton. Had to come across there because Ayuk Mo seemed through on goal for a moment. Muir with the throw. Gets the ball back again. Brentman loses out. Good play here from Lacey, and was attempted drag back from Schumacher. And the ball played out wide toward France, but a good challenge from Newitt. Mo picks it up. Looks like he's recovered from that ankle injury a few moments ago. Pavlicic shows he can do it with the left foot as well. Tough ball, that one, though. Bouncing up, and to be fair, it was a tough ball back to him as well, but still managed to find the teammate. Throwing goes the way of the home team. Here's Farias. Under pressure from Brentman. Finds the pass though. Good feet from France. Ball over the top now. Mutakoyu should deal with this. Clears it away. Good challenge from Rose. Last touch off him. France dribbles through, cut down though. Chance comes back again. Pavlicic collects at the second attempt. It was a well-struck volley. Bounced right in front of the goalkeeper, but did well to hold on to it. I think it was Headley that hit the ball toward the Mariners' goal. Paragali under pressure from Harbus, and they're really trying to lure in Sydney FC, the Mariners, but seems as though they're just creating issues for themselves. Pavlicic has to send that long toward De Lima. Schumacher is fouled. He'll get the free kick. That will relieve a bit of pressure. Brantman now clips the ball into space for Mo. A lovely ball from Brantman, and now Mo looking to break into the area. He almost got that beyond Farias. Farias had lunged in, but won the ball first. As I said, this is the first of 8 games this round. Tomorrow, 4 matches. Western Sydney take on Manly. Spirit host the Stallions in the top of the table clash, 1v2 at Christie Park. We'll see this corner first. The first of the evening for the Mariners. In-swinger comes in. It's a great ball. Rose was there. So's Paragali. Blocked in the end. Not completely cleared either, though. Clipped back in. Mo's there, and he heads it just wide. That's a lot better from the Mariners. 2 great balls into the danger area from Arthur De Lima, causing problems for Sydney FC. Paragali and Mo both going close. Not able to test Hoofsloot though. As I was saying, matched around top of the table clash at Christie Park between Spirit and the Marconi Stallions. No David Perkovic on the bench tomorrow for Northwest Sydney Spirit, so a test for his coaching staff. Apia Leichhardt take on Mount Druitt, and St George City round up the night with a late kick-off at 7:15 against Sydney Olympic. On Sunday, 3 games. Blacktown City take on the in-form St George Saints, and that will be an interesting game as well. I'm really looking forward to seeing that one. And of course, the derby between Sydney United and Rockdale at Sydney United Sports Centre. And finally, the last game of the round, Wollongong take on the Sutherland Sharks. So lots of football still to come. Chance now. Shot from distance there from France. Ball comes again, and Harbus was onside, but his touch takes it out over the goal line. It'll be a goal kick to the Mariners. Really struck with some power there from France. Pavlicic now again with the ball at his feet. Finds Rose again. I was going to say, I expected the whistle to blow. It took a bit of time. Came in the end. Just a talking to. Here's Paragali. Paragali as well driving forward, taken out from behind by Harbus. Headley kicked the ball away, and apologies coming immediately from the FC captain. Padagali again, just waiting for the last moment to draw the Sydney attackers out and try and create some space in that midfield to clip the balls into those gaps. You can hear Villela on the sideline as well, asking his team to press high and try and force an error from Sydney. And after that shaky start, which included Mutakoi losing the ball just on the edge of the area, the Mariners have picked up their game a little bit, had a half chance. Here's Mo. Finds the central pass to Taylor. And now Taylor driving forward. Plays it out wide to Brantman. Ayuk Mo overlapping. Brantman goes direct. He's shot blocked. Header won by Schumacher. Newitt all the way back to Padagali. And Villela, you can hear him asking Newitt to play the ball forward, not back. Wants to keep the pressure on the Sky Blues. Tough ball out wide and no foul there. Throwing goes the way of Sydney. It all comes again from that pass from Newitt. Instead of going forward, played the ball back, allowed Sydney to step up and press higher. In the end, they forced the error and they're back in possession now on the home side. That's why Villela was asking for the ball to be played forward. Here's France. Avoids the challenge of Mo and switches the ball wide left. Great feet. Cross comes in and Harbus couldn't get enough behind that. Pavlicic comfortably saves. Padagali. Brantman all the way back to his goalkeeper. Mutakoi. Back to Padagali. Poor pass there from Mutakoi, intercepted by Lancaster. Now Harbus. Headley. Ball back again. Cross comes in. Great ball toward France, but couldn't quite get there. Martin France. And Pavlicic comes and claims. Halfway through the first half, still no goals. The way the game started, I expected a goal fest, but wasn't quite eventuated for now. Brantman runs onto this one, back heel there for Newitt. Plays it out wide again to Brantman, and the flag's raised on the far side. Flicked on Schumacher. Can't win it. Ball forced to Padagali though, who's under pressure. Calm pass there from Farias. Lacey played it wide. They wanted the foul for the tug of the jersey of Lacey, but referee not interested. Throwing for the Mariners in a tough part of the pitch, deep inside their own half. Mo heads it on. Brantman was trying to hold off Farias, but support game. Middleton trying to block the run of Brentman, who was running through to try and close down Hoofsloot. Harvest was the target, but that pass had too much juice on it, and it'll be a goal kick for Pavlicic and the Mariners. Paragali leaves it for Pavlicic. Searching for Brentman, and he finds his target again. Now Mewett. Mewett just got in front of Lacey. Schumacher. Brentman, now Mo. Forced all the way back to Paragali again. Harbour still chasing. Poor pass there from Pavlicic and not punished by Ty Headley. Pavlicic has hardly put a foot wrong with his passing in the last couple of games. Almost gifts Ty Headley the opening goal of the game. We'll mark that at 26 minutes. The first real chance of the game goes the way of Sydney, and it should really be 1-0 for the home team. Mutakoi just sending it forward. Schumacher almost mistimed that. And they've lost out there via Pecora. Another one of those, there was many, but shining lights from last week. Really had a few great runs down that right flank. Expect a bit more from him this evening. Haven't seen much so far. Been busy defending rather than overlapping. Here's Paragali, wide for Mewett. And Mewett now driving forward. Tried to play in Mo, and Mo almost gave up on that ball really when it was played. And again, you can hear Villela calling for the press, and it's got to come together. If one player drops out of that press, Sydney will play out just like the way they did there. Mo was pressing the keeper and got caught out there. Switched ball, headed back by Pecora, and Pavlicic claims. Pavlicic searching for Mo this time. Pushing that back there seemed quite obvious from where I am. The referee says no, it was Williams in the back of Mo. Lancaster. Now Lacey. Had the central pass on there for Williams, but went down the line instead. France. Back for Lancaster. Cross goal, great ball. Goal, but offside flag. He's raised on the near side. Harbus tapping the ball in. Beyond Pavlicic, but the flag was raised immediately. It was a great ball in, to be honest, but Harbus caught just on the wrong side of the defender. Pavlicic finds Rose. Can't find Pecora, and Sydney back in possession again, but they've coughed it up to De Lima, who saw the keeper off his line. Brantman in front, played it just behind Mo. It may have taken a deflection on its way through. Down goes Mo, and it's not the first time he's gone down, but again, not the first time there's been a whistle either. Foul this time on Schumacher by France. Schumacher not happy with the call at all. Neither's Villela, having a chat with the assistant referee. Allows the Mariners to send a few bodies forward. Mutakoyi, one of those. Great ball in, cleared away. Strong challenge and straight into the book goes Taylor. The card was out immediately. I'd love to see that one again. I know Taylor went in hard there, but I mean, you can look at it both ways.
Come on, play the game, let it play.
Villela not happy with the card, wanted the referee to play on. So second yellow card of the game now for the visitors. Mutakoyi and Taylor both into the referee's book. And it looks as though Villela will be making a change. Ginga and Potter preparing to come on. I think it's Bailey Brantman that'll come off. That is a real kick in the teeth for Villella's team. Every time he was involved, he looked as though he'd make something happen. And 30 minutes into the game, Bailey Brantman replaced by Muginga and Potter. Interesting, that one. Didn't seem as though Brantman was injured at all. Can only assume that he could be on some minutes restriction, which would be such a shame for the Mariners, but they've got the chance here. Ball comes through for DeLima. He goes down. Referee waves it away. I tell you what, DeLima, well, I thought he had a claim there, but he hasn't really complained, and you have to go by the player's reaction there. It was Taylor that played him through. It was a great ball. I thought DeLima had done enough to earn himself a penalty. The referee was obviously a lot closer and in a better position. But most definitely, the visitors showing that they do have the ability to create problems for Sydney FC. And then Potter trying to put his body about, a lanky figure up top. Paragali all the way back to Pavlicic. Harbus chasing him down. Look at that pace on Harbus. Here's Pecora. First time pass toward Rose. Last touch off Rose. Throw for Sydney. Mutakoyi heads away. DeLima did well to bring that down. Couldn't find Mo. Wins the free kick though. He'll take that. Still no goals. We've passed the half-hour mark. I think I've probably jinxed this one. I tipped a lot of goals the way we started, but aside from the chance, the great chance for Headley, that's been about all we've really seen. Maybe Central Coast can change that here. Rose tried to play in DeLima, but he couldn't get around the defender. Goes out for a goal kick. I think Villela will be happy with the performance so far. They conceded early last week, and Almost did again with that mistake through Mutakoi. That saw him earn a yellow card, but since then, other than that Pavlicic pass into the feet of Headley, they've been quite solid. Last touch there off France. Muir will take the throw. Mo under pressure loses out. They manage to block his pass. Williams will take the throw now for Sydney. Harbers flicks it on. Mewett heads it back. Feet from France. Harbers now. A little bit too much from Alan Harbers. Never really understand these goal kicks. The opposition knows exactly where the ball's going. They're standing on the edge of the area, preparing to press, and so often force the error as they have there. And to be honest, I think the last touch did come off Mutakoi. Sydney will feel a bit hard done by there, but it's so obvious what the opposition's going to do, where the ball's going to go. They're prepared for the first, the second, and the third pass, really, Sydney is. Central Coast persist with it. Schumacher couldn't get the ball under control, was dribbling forward, had a couple options, lost it in the end. Now the chance for France to go forward, and you could hear the boots come together there. De Lima with the challenge. France is down. I have to say that I think De Lima may have got France before he won the ball. I think it's a Sydney throw. Lawrence Taylor has a little bit of blood. He's been asked to go off and get it checked out. And Potter just dropping back. Taylor comes back on now. Williams takes the throw. Action back underway. Ball falls again to Williams. Lifts that one high into the area and over the bar. Pavlicic seemed as though he had it covered. Saw it all the way. Intercepted pass there by Williams. Ball clipped forward. Headley trying to get there, gets there in front of Mutakoi. No foul, says the referee. Second challenge as well. Still no free kick, and Potter looking to stretch his long legs the other way. Support arriving now. Had to do a lot of work on his own there, Mulgingham, Potter, and in the end lost out, but they've won it back. Here's Rose. De Lima wants it cut square. Rose goes his own. Saved by Hoofsloot. An excellent save. Great work as well by Jai Rose. Did so well. Everyone expected the pass to De Lima, as did I. A couple step overs, beat his defender, and first Hoofsloot into a save. the best chance of the game now for the Mariners. They get their second corner of the evening. They created problems from their first as well, so they'll look to do the same with delivery from De Lima. Another good ball into the far post this time, headed away. Couple big challenges in there, and free kick goes the way of Sydney FC. He's Hoofsloot, who just made that big save. De Lima working hard. It's a foul called on Farias. De Lima still conversating with the referee. Sydney tried to play the ball early, but they've been called back. Final 5 minutes of the first half. Still 0-0. Neither side happy with the match officials, and the fourth official has had to be busy on the sideline. Spread wide by Middleton for Cronin. Looks for Headley with the pass. Last touch came off Rose. Sydney in a good position here to perhaps create an opportunity. All 11 yellow jerseys behind the ball. Here's France. Williams switches play to Cronin. Middleton. Ball comes in now. Great ball into the box. Tough one to deal with. No penalty. There were shouts there. Come back again. Shot from distance. Came in from Dylan Rose. It'll be a corner. Referee's seen a deflection. Cronin will deliver again. Goes short this time. Finds Lacey, who delivers toward the back post. Safe hands from Pavlicic, who was looking to release it early, but no real option appeared. Here's Paragali. Schumacher looking for Mo. Those touch is heavy. Free kick goes the way of Sydney, and a lot of fouls in this game that have just made it difficult to get some flow going. Middleton. Wide for Cronin. Middleton picks it up again. De Lima almost intercepted that off Lancaster. Here's France. Just to go himself. Good defending from the Mariners to win the ball back, but they might just cough up possession again. Here's Mo. Great feet from Mo. Put the ball between Lacey's legs, but France comes away with it. Plays it out to Harbers. Flag was raised. Definitely offside. Missed the target anyway with the Sydney FC captain, so it wouldn't have counted had he found the back of the net. Fourth official getting his money's worth. About to inform us how much time will be added on in this first period. Mutakoi intercepts. He's really improved this game as this game's gone on. Players after a few bad moments sometimes struggle to get their heads up, but he did well. Now De Lima. Clearance straight into the feet of Mewett. And Mewett crosses, good ball toward him. Potter falls for Taylor, heads it back. Pecora for Potter. Good goalkeeping from Hoofsloot to come out and gather that. There will be 3 minutes of time added on. Mutukoi wins the header. Here's Taylor under pressure from Harbers. Gets it out to Ayuk Mo. Mo turns Harbers. Schumacher for Taylor. And look how hard Harbers is working. Wins the ball back. Headley can't find the pass. The referee will bring it back for the pass. Sorry, for the foul on Harbers. Judge there that there was no advantage. Taylor's already on a yellow. That's his second. He will see red here in first half stoppage time. Lawrence Taylor sees red for a second yellow card. The late challenge on Harbers results in his second caution. And everything good that Central Coast has been doing after that slow opening start is going to get so much harder to do now. Lucas Villela has sat down. I can only imagine the disappointment he's feeling right now. When things really aren't going your way, they tend to continue to go into the opposite direction. So tough to take for the Mariners. It could get even worse for him now. Lacey delivers toward Harbers. Manages to bring it down. Cronin across the box, just wide of the target. No Sky Blue could get ahead to that one. And Pavlicic will be smart here to slow things down and get his team into half-time at 0-0. Lucas Villela, talking to his coaching staff, will have some changes to make and adjustments to take into consideration. De Lima has already dropped into midfield with Taylor's yellow card. I thought Taylor was actually having a very good game for the Mariners, in particular the last 10-15 minutes, getting himself involved. Here's Headley on the ball now. That'll be another corner. Fourth one for the Sky Blues. It'll probably be the final opportunity of the first half. There's not much time remaining now. Great pass from the referee. Just don't know if he had the power. Just enough power to get that over the sideline. Good challenge from Mo, and now the Mariners can break here, but the pass was just off. As the halftime whistle goes here at Illingdon Sports Centre. The Sydney FC 0, Central Coast Mariners 0. Both teams having a good chance each. Sydney's best chance coming via Ty Headley after a misplaced pass from Adam Pavlicic. Then Jai Rose with some individual brilliance forced a great save from Gus Hoofsloot. But the game changed in the 46th minute, the first minute of first half stoppage time. Lawrence Taylor receiving his second yellow card and seeing red. And now the Mariners have 45 minutes to hold out here with 10 men. We'll see you back at Illingdon Sports Centre in about 15 minutes for the second half.
teams returning to the field for the second half. Central Coast Mariners and Sydney FC.
Teams are back out for the second half here at Illingdon Sports Centre for this round 10 clash between Sydney FC and the Central Coast Mariners. There's been an opportunity each for the two teams. I mean, a really good opportunity each. Sydney FC had their best chance for the way of Ty Headley after a misplaced pass from, a rare misplaced pass I should say, from Adam Pavlicic. Blasting the effort just over the bar from the penalty spot. Joy Rose then showed some great feat to create himself an opportunity and forced Gus Hoofsloot into a very smart save to his right. But then Central Coast copped a red card for Lawrence Taylor, and you can see that Vilela is in conversation with the referee. Unhappy about that decision. It may have been a little harsh, but I have to say that Shumba Mutakoyi was probably lucky he didn't see red in the opening 90 seconds of the game for what seemed to be a last man challenge. Mariners have made a halftime substitution. Jesse Mantle has come on, but the fourth official hasn't indicated which player has come off. It looks as though Ayuk Mo, who copped a knock earlier in the first half, is the one that's been substituted. The official ground announcer has just confirmed that. Ayuk Mo replaced by Jesse Mantle at the halftime break. Mariners already made one sub in the first half. Morginga Mpota coming on for Bailey Brantman, and I did receive confirmation there as well that Brantman wasn't replaced due to injury, but rather a minutes restriction. And again, I have to say I understand the whole loading process and pushing players to their limits, but an extra 15 minutes would not have hurt Bailey Brantman. In fact, it hurt the Mariners more than anything. He was quite involved in the first half, and whenever Central Coast looked to create something, it was via Bailey Brantman. It must be frustrating for Lucas Vilela, I understand, but he knows the setup he's in, and obviously Brantman has A-League commitments, but still doesn't mean it's not frustrating for Vilela. As De Lima loses out there to Rose, but manages to win it back only for a moment. He's Headley, has a go at goal, and Pavlicic was confident and behind that all the way. He's substitute Mantle. Newitt can't keep it in. Looks as though the Central Coast Mariners have gone to a 4-4-1. And Potter, the lone man up top, will need support from the likes of De Lima, Rose and Mantle. Cronin whips that one in toward Headley, get it down, and Potter gets there. Ball sent forward. Rose battling away with Cronin. Foul was first made by Cronin, goes the way of the Mariners. Luca Pecora, as I said, was one of the shining lights last week for the Mariners in that disappointing defeat to St. George, but haven't seen much of him today, and unfortunately I think we'll see a lot less of him in the second half because of the situation. But two quick fouls in quick succession for Cronin as well, both on Rose. I feel as though one more from him and he could be the first Sydney player to find himself in the referee's notebook. De Lima has delivered a couple balls into the area. Can he deliver another one now? Ball comes in this one. Poor, couldn't beat the first defender. And now Sydney can break here. Driving forward is France. He's got players in support either side, but a good tackle from Newitt. He loses out to Harvest, but the whistle goes. Free kick against the Sydney captain. It'll be a Central Coast free kick. Schumacher for Newitt. Newitt looking for Potter. Ball out wide. Sydney trying to create something down the right, but good defending from the substitute Mantle. Rose now releasing Pecora. And Potter wants it forward. Rose making the run as well. Still Pecora. Good challenge there from Rose. Now falls the way of Gyros. Gets in the box, goes down. Pecora. Shot blocked. Good opportunity for the visitors. De Lima kicks it over the top. Was looking for the run of Rose. Intercepted, and now Sydney can go the other way. Central Coast have quite a few numbers back. Lacey looking for Harvest. Newitt read it. Falls for France, but Mutakoi came across to win the ball. Now Mantle. Square pass for Rose is deflected by Dylan Rose, Sydney FC. And Rose on either side. Dylan, the number 39 for Sydney, and Jai, the number 11 for the Mariners. Here's Newitt. No foul. Throwing Cronin. Spread wide by Farias. Cronin again. Back for Rose. Look how deep the Mariners are there on the edge of the area here. Driving forward is Middleton, spreads it wide for Cronin. Good challenge from Rose, but Cronin managed to just get his body in front of Rose. Lancaster now. I think we'll see a lot of this in the second half. Cronin forward for Headley, gets there, cuts it back. Nobody running on to the end of that. And look at Mantle, doesn't have anyone in support. Wins the free kick though. We're still playing the hands of the Mariners. This is what they need to do. They need to slow the game down, win as many free kicks as they can, really manage the game now for the remaining time. There's going to be a lot of it haven't even played 10 minutes yet in this second period. It'll be a tough task for the Mariners, but if they can go back up the highway to the Central Coast with a point, Lucas Villela will feel as though it's a very good job done. Unnecessary foul there from Muginga and Potter. The other unfortunate thing for Villela is that Arthur De Lima has to sit so deep now. He likes to be much further up and closer to the opposition goal. Here's Rose. That's a bad tackle there. Cronin again. And I said his next challenge, we'll see him enter into the referee's notebook, and it has now. Here's Pecora with the free kick. Not having many options, forced to go back. That tough ball back. Mutakoi, he could go here as well. He's on a yellow card. He'll be very lucky to escape without one. He will get his second yellow. Shumba Mutakoi will see red here. If Shumba Mutakoi doesn't get a yellow for that, he's escaped. He won't escape. He will not escape. I called it earlier, but I've got to say that is Luca Pecora's red. It was a terrible pass back. I understand the options were limited, but the ball back there was not great at all. And Shumba Mutakoi arrived late, made the challenge, and has seen his second yellow. And the Central Coast Mariners are down to 9. How hard will this be now? They've got over 30 minutes to play with 9 men. And Lucas Villela, he's got a fantastic hairstyle, but I tell you what, he'll be ripping his hair out now. By the end of this evening, he won't have any left as Harbus hits this free kick and just wide of the target. Wasn't far at all, and that would have been an absolute double whammy, triple whammy for Villela. That is so tough, losing Lawrence Taylor in the final moments of the first half. He now loses Shumba Mutakoi in the first 10 minutes of the second. And Muginga and Potter, who'd come on in the 30th minute in place of Bailey Brantman, who was on restricted minutes, has just come off. He's been replaced by Angus Reid. If the Mariners can come away from Illingdon with a point, I said before it would be a magnificent point for them, but this would be almost one of the points of the season if they can escape. The referee thought long and hard about giving that second yellow, and I have to say he got it spot on. Had he not given a yellow card there, it would have been very, very questionable. To be fair, Mutakoi probably could have seen red in the first half for that challenge as the last man. Sydney were asking for a red then. They got it now. Ball comes into the area. Pecora sends Rose here, who's got pace to chase this one, but Dylan Rose should deal with it. And now Gyros has to get back. is Headley. For Cronin. Back out to Headley. And as easy as it seems playing against 9 men, the Mariners will have 9 players in and around their box for the remaining time. Sydney, I believe, will get their opportunities, but it will be very hard to break this side down now. So all they will do is camp on the edge of their area, try and block those lanes, and Sydney will need to move the ball quickly in order to try and force the Mariners out, or force an error defensively. One slip of concentration and discipline, that's all it takes here. But at the other end, if the Mariners can stay disciplined for the time that remains, it'll still be a mammoth task for them. But here's a potential opportunity through Mantle. Mewett's getting forward in support as well. Mantle delivers to De Lima, and he completely missed the header. It was a good ball in, and you're sort of willing on the Mariners here as a proper underdog in this moment of the game, with 9 men on the park. 2 red cards if you missed it. 1 at the end of the first half, 1 at the start of the second, as Harbus comes off, replaced by Matthias McAllister. Kyle Shaw comes in as well. Cronin delivers into the box. Good ball in, headed away. Mewett. Headley on the volley. Mewett blocks the shot, and he wins the free kick there. Did well there, Ben Mewett, to put his body on the line. Reef Farias has come off. Kyle Shaw returning from injury. We'll finally get some minutes as well. 30 minutes, in fact. Half an hour of football. Foul there goes against the Mariners. Shaw. Ball out wide for Cronin. Cronin now, it's a good ball, but just couldn't beat the first defender. Paragali clears. Now Headley. France wide for Cronin. Rose holds him up, back for Headley now. Good feet from Headley, keeps it in. No, he doesn't. Goal kick. Looked as though he had just done enough, but in the end, even if he did, he couldn't wrap his foot around the ball enough to get it into a danger area. Chance for Rose here. Hits it first time, but wide of the target. more now. Arrived from Northwest Sydney Spirit. Was a Spirit boy. Came to Sydney. Then went back to Spirit. Had a good season last year and he's been picked up again. Pavlicic, and I think every single goal kick, every single throw in will take an age for the Mariners to take. Here's Pecora, great running from Pecora, driving forward. De Lima getting in his way somewhat. Took a deflection, that cross, and now Pecora will need to work hard to get back. Sydney preparing another change. Zach Fowler ready on the sideline here. Slip over there. Sniper in the crowd at Illingdon Sports Centre. And it's McAllister who comes off for Fowler. Sorry, Lancaster off for Fowler. .25 minutes remaining here. Pavlicic sends it long. Shaw wins the header. Cronin under pressure from Rose, but manages to get it out. Pecora now heads it back. Rose gets in front of Cronin, but had support there. Targali, I thought, made a foul. Now Rose will chase this down. Middleton turns and faces. There's a simple pass to Hoofsloot here. Now short for Headley. Cronin making the overlapping run. Headley. Challenge there on the edge of the area. It was a good one, but look at that. No options. It's going to be so hard. Look how high Hoofsloot has come out as well. Now short. Searching for the run from Cronin, but too much on that pass. Referee having a conversation with the Sydney bench. Not happy with something he's heard. Rose comes away with the ball. De Lima sticking with him. Back to Shaw. Now Headley. Great challenge. Headley wins it back. Middleton spreads it wide. Excellent defending from Mantle there. They're going to have to be like 9 Lions for the time remaining. The Mariners, they're going to need to work extra hard. Ball goes out to Cronin here. Cronin delivers, but he's crossed his paw. So's that pass there, but Pecora manages to win it back. And now, look at the space for Pecora. If Mantle can find him with the pass, it was a tough one to get to for the right back. Rose will need to cover now because Luca Pecora is well out of position. Fowler was making the run. De Lima got back. Hasn't he put in a shift as well? And De Lima trying to encourage his players, but you can see they're already starting to fatigue. And how can you not? Ball played forward for Cronin. He'll keep it in and he'll have a bit of time here. Great challenge from Rose. And Cronin on a yellow card. Cronin on a yellow card. Stuck his foot out there. He was very lucky he didn't connect with Rose. Foul, though, coming in from Lacey. He gets a yellow card. Now Lacey and Cronin both on yellows, and I think Cronin's just being told, be careful. We've got 2-man advantage. We don't want to lose that. In particular when they're struggling to break their opponent down at the moment. They haven't created an opportunity, a proper chance, aside from the free kick from that foul when Mutakoyi was sent off. They haven't really had another one that's caught the eye in this second period. Junior Conde is being called now. Junior Conde, the son of one of the best players I've ever seen play in the State League, Bala Conde. What a player Bala Conde was. And an even better human being as well. Checking in on some notes before he comes in, and here's a chance for Sydney. Cut back, and Mewett so well to get back there. Wins another free kick. There's been Mewett. Going to take a rest here. Deserves it. It's the second time he's put his body on the line like that to win his team a free kick. Intelligently, he'll manage the situation and waste a few precious seconds here on the ground as he slowly makes his way up. And Pavlicic will do the same. Sends it forward. And Shaw had his hands all over Mantle there. McAllister, too much on that for Lacey. One back, now McAllister. Haven't seen much of him since he's come on. Wins the foul there, and almost a corner here. Almost a corner situation here for Sydney FC. Corey Cronin, who I mentioned moments ago, almost fouled Rose, and he's on a yellow card, so I believe that's why the Sydney FC coaching staff have taken him off. He was running over to take the free kick before his number was called. Conde's come on. Great run from Conde, first touch. Some introduction that could have been. Dylan Rose now. De Lima wins it back. And now space there for Rose. No foul. I think Middleton's escaped with one there, as have Sydney FC. They might even score from this. They won't. Rose through the legs of Middleton. Cleared away. Standing firm are the Mariners. Here's Shaw now. They're inching closer, the Mariners, to securing that point. Still a long way to go, though. That was a foul on France. The only thing was it came from his teammate Joe Lacey. Great challenge from Lacey. Like he didn't get a yellow for that. Friendly fire from the Sydney FC players. What a performance from Jai Rose, though. He'll be a sore man after this one. be a very long trip home. Header won by Shaw. Played forward for McAllister. And now McAllister with a chance to open the scoring. He does, and in some style. A fabulous finish into the top corner. What a finish from the substitute, Matthias McAllister. It was a slip from the other substitute, Angus Reid, that allowed McAllister to go in and curl that one beyond Pavlicic, who couldn't do anything in that situation. And Sydney get their goal just as Central Coast look to be on their way to perhaps really do something special and secure an almost impossible point. But Sydney now are on their way to all three. And now this will be a mountain to climb. Everest for the Mariners. They haven't given up, and they won't give up here either. Here's Rose. Pecora making the overlapping run. Cuts back. Rose wants it again. Rose gets it, gets into the area. Goes down, all ball. Good challenge, that one from Headley. One back by Schumacher, but he loses out as well. Here's Junior Conde now. Conde bursting forward, attacking the space. Still Conde into the area now. Running out of space though, Mewett again. Put his body on the line, wins the corner. There's Junior Conde. Shaw goes forward. I think Sydney needs a second goal here. I know they're playing against 9, but these Mariners are dangerous on the counter-attack. They got pace through Rose and Pecora bursting from the right back position. Sydney need a second to make certain of the points. Just under 15 remaining. Here comes the corner now. Williams came short, but it'll be delivered into the area. Not sure what the hold-up was. Cross comes in now toward Middleton, but good claim by Pavlicic, who tried to release it early on a couple occasions, blocked by 2 Sydney players. Now he does for Rose, though. And sky blue shirts everywhere ahead of Jai Rose. Good challenge from France. Headley wants it. Cuts it back to Shaw. Fowler runs at the Mariners' defence. Crosses in. His cross is blocked by Pecora. It'll be another corner for Sydney. And might count their 6th of the game. Whatever the result ends up here, the Mariners have fought gallantly. Ball cut back to the edge of the box. France lifts that one high. Shaw, Rose, falls for France again, but straight down the guts of Pavlicic. And now Pecora with a bit of space in front of him. Not many options ahead though. Finds one in Rose. Tired legs. It's so frustrating for the Mariners now. They've played with 10 since the start of the second half really, and 10 minutes in, they were reduced to 9. They're working hard. For the first 10 minutes of the second half. They've had to do double that work after the 10th minute of the second. Ball back to Hoofsloot. And De Lima pressing on his own, and he's got to feel that it's a waste of energy from Arthur De Lima. Another sniper in the crowd. Fowler there falling over off the ball. Shot from distance, well over the bar. Not going to challenge Pavlicic with that effort, Headley. Pavlicic sends it looking for De Lima. Shaw wins that header. Rose. Back for Shaw. Final 10 minutes of this one. Here's Junior Conde. McAllister. France, overlapping his Headley. Still France. Rose, out to Headley. As I said, this is the first game of the round. Still 7 games to come in round 10 of the NPL New South Wales men's competition. Starts tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. as the Western Sydney Wanderers host Manly United. And the match of the round at 5 o'clock. Top of the table, Northwest Sydney Spirit host the Marconi Stallions, the second place Marconi Stallions. And if someone thought at round 10 that this would be the 1 and 2 on top of this league, I think you would have been laughed at. Spirit will need to do it though without David Perkovic, who's away for work commitments. But a real test of Spirit. They've passed so many so far. This one a major one as France drives in and Pavlicic saves comfortably again. At 6 p.m. tomorrow, Apia take on Mount Druitt. And the final game of round 10 on Saturday, St. George City hosts Sydney Olympic at 7:15. On Sunday, 3 games, 3 very interesting games. The first, Blackdown take on informed St. George. And the second, the derby between Sydney United and Rockdale Illingdon. And finally, Wollongong host the Sutherland Sharks as Dylan Rose drives forward. Williams has a go, blocked by Mewett. Didn't know much about it. Conde, as Villela prepares a double sub. Drive there from Conde, gets it back again. Still Conde, but too much there from the youngster. Mantle taking the ball forward, takes it out of play. And Villela will make that double change now. Ty McKibben comes in, as does Freddie Clunas. Off goes Jai Rose. And Mantle, the half-time substitute, has also come off, it seems. Change that one. Even Jai Rose, I know he's probably run himself into the ground, but probably been the most dangerous Mariners player. Here's France. Headley. And Sydney don't seem too interested in finding a second, more so about just conserving what they have and ensuring they don't get caught on the break. Keeping possession. They know that the Mariners can't really step out and press here. All they can do is sit and hold as France gets in the area. Cuts it back. Goes down there. Lacey, but didn't really ask for a penalty. Shaw under pressure here. And the press there from Clunas, the substitute. Didn't quite work out. Sydney escaped there. Lacey. Central into the feet of Dylan Rose, who saw a gap and went for it. Fowler goes down and wins the free kick just outside the area. And Paragali not happy with the referee's decision at all there. And he's followed the referee away. Referee explaining why he gave the free kick. Paragali still not happy with the explanation. I'll tell you who else isn't happy. Martin France being ordered off the free kick by Matthias McAllister. France not happy at all. Can McAllister get his second of the game? He opened the scoring with a lovely finish for Sydney. He lines this one up again. McAllister, this one well over the bar. And Martin France has a look and says, "Told you so." Shaw sends it forward. France couldn't bring under control. Pecora under pressure from France now. Twisting and turning, gets it back. Sent forward now. De Lima gives chase. Middleton should be able to deal with this. Good work from Middleton. It was a risky pass back from Lacey for Rose, but got there in the end. Knew it. So hard to keep possession when you're a man down, let alone two men down. Conde crosses into the box, but Pecora misses the clearance, but manages to get to the boy in the end. Middleton across though to win that loose ball. And De Lima has a look at the clock. He's run himself into the ground as Arthur De Lima. An important win for Sydney if they can hold on. They'll go 6 points clear of their opponents. As I said earlier, relegation battle very tight at the moment. Sydney were just 3 points above the Mariners. The Mariners equal last at the moment with the Western Sydney Wanderers as Lacey shows some great feet. Still Lacey danced through the Central Coast Mariners defence and forced Pavlicic into a fine save. That would have been some goal from Joe Lacey. Pavlicic keeps the Mariners in the game. Last couple minutes now. That pass intercepted. Now De Lima. Look at the space in the middle as well. For the substitute, Clunas, and still De Lima. And De Lima wins the free kick. It'll be a yellow card as well for Headley. And surely now, surely Lucas Villela pushes everyone forward. I mean, there's no need to throw caution to the wind. throw everyone in the box, Lucas. Even Pavlicic. I'm telling him to get in the area, but he's ignoring me. Even Mewett, I'm not sure why he's not in there. You're 1-0 down to 9 men. You won't get another opportunity. De Lima now needs a perfect delivery. Can he find an equaliser? Can the Mariners pull something of the most unlikely nature out of the hat here? De Lima crosses, great ball in. And Shaw clears it out for a corner. Now Pavlicic looks at Villela. He really wants to go forward. He's asking the Sydney bench whether or not he can go. Again, I feel like the Mariners should throw everyone in for this. And now Pavlicic gets the nod, goes forward here. De Lima will wait for his goalkeeper to get in the area. Mewett, though, still stays outside. Ball comes in toward Pavlicic, headed away. And now Mewett comes across, fouled again. No whistle. Sydney can counter here. And Mewett pushed by Fowler there. Not sure what Fowler's having a go at there. That's pretty poor from him, to be honest. 3 minutes of stoppage time added. Villela not happy that the Mariners and Mewett didn't get that free kick. So 3 minutes for the Mariners to somehow try and get something. Played forward for De Lima. De Lima working so hard. Fouled there. And again, perhaps an opportunity for Pavlicic to go forward again or even deliver this one in the box. And for me, it's interesting how hard the Mariners have fought here. I mean, 9 men down. Sorry, 2 men down to 9 men. Still pushing to find an equaliser. And you look at Sydney, and they haven't managed this game well at all. They've got a really high line here as well. Ball clipped forward toward Pavlicic again, but it'll fall here. Can the Mariners win a corner? They do. This will be the last chance of the game. Can the Mariners get the unlikeliest of goals and secure a massive point? Again, I don't know why Mewett's not closer to the edge of the box. And now I think he's got the instruction as well, crowding the goalkeeper. Mewett will go into the area finally. I'm not sure why he didn't before. He's right on the edge of the box. Look at him there. All alone is Mewett. Ball comes in. It's a great delivery off the bar. Arthur De Lima almost scoring from the corner. That would have been some goal. His delivery has been almost perfect all night. And he's almost got Lucas Villela's team a point there. Sydney will survive. They'll get a point here. What a performance from the Mariners. And Lucas Villela's team should take so much from this game. That's a terrible challenge on the far side. Mistimed. And still, the Mariners fight on. This will be their last chance now. Pavlicic will send this one forward and hope that a teammate can get on the end of it. Ball sent forward and just too far for Schumacher. As the full-time whistle goes, what a game we've had here at Illingdon Sports Centre. Sydney FC come away with all 3 points after the Mariners were reduced to 9 men. A red card for Lawrence Taylor a minute before the break. And as they knew it was going to be a tough task, it only got harder as Shumba Mutakoi received his second yellow in his marching orders 10 minutes into the second half. The Mariners fought so hard. They gave it everything they had. And substitute Matthias McAllister broke through the defence and finished with a beautiful goal to give Sydney the lead with about 15 minutes remaining. But the Mariners didn't give up there. They didn't drop their heads. They kept fighting. And almost, in stoppage time, almost secured an improbable point. Arthur De Lima hitting the crossbar from the corner. But it wasn't to be for Lucas Villela's team as Jimmy Van Weerenside celebrate all 3 points here at Illingdon Sports Centre. Full time in this round 10 clash. Sydney FC 1, Central Coast Mariners 0.